in Detroit. Baker Mayfield talked to Rams teammates who said it was the loudest thing they'd ever heard when they were at Ford Field. And they go to Seattle every year, for crying out loud. It's going to be loud. 133.6 were the decibels that were measured pre-kick, which is the equivalent of a 747 engine. So I'm bringing some earplugs for this one. I've been to some loud concerts. I don't want to get any hearing loss from being at the Bucs Lions game, but that's where we'll be. 6.5 points are the Lions favored in this one with a 48.5 over-under. Coverage begins at 2 o'clock Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Can't wait for this. Can't wait for your pick, Chris. Do you dare? Because I feel like what's going to happen when we pop all the logos as we make our picks before the game, everybody's going to go Lions. Is anybody going to dare to believe in Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers? Chris, will you be the one to do it?
I'm thinking about it. I am. I thought long and hard about it. I can't wait to be there. First off, like you said, it's going to be an amazing experience. I'm also excited that it's the Buccaneers, and there's still a lot of people in that organization that were there when I was there, so I can't wait to see them. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere. It really is. Now, I will say this. The Buccaneers, as you've heard me say it, I'm not always right about my things, but I'm usually right when I say watch out or this team matches up well. They could be a surprise here. To me, of all the games this weekend, this is the game where if you had to pick one and you went, I could see an upset happening, this is the one. It is definitely the one to me. I think the Buccaneers match up very well with the Detroit Lions. They play a similar style of football in a lot of ways. They kind of go all in on the run on defense, both teams, and they'll let up some pass plays to make sure you don't dominate them in the run game. You know, both offenses, right? The Lions run the ball better, of course, but the Bucs try to run the ball, at least to keep you honest. But more the point I was getting to is both are aggressive down the field throwing offenses, right? We've joked all year. I mean, the Bucs, it's like, right, it's Evans, 70 yards if he catches it, and it's 60 yards if he catches it. It's Godwin, deep throw. You know, it's plays after the catch on short, shallow throws because they're so far down the field. Oh, here's David Moore running a shallow cross. Nobody's around him because we're all worried about the down the field stuff. So that's where I think it could be fun. I think we could see a lot of big plays in the pass game. I can. All right. And I think with, the first matchup around 20-6 Lions victory, misleading. I mean, they won the game. Don't get me wrong, but the game was closer than even that score would show. And the Lions offense against that Bucs defense did not move the ball at will. I mean, one of their touchdowns was they got the ball on the 7-yard line early in the game when it was about to be a Mike Evans 95-yard touchdown because they blew the coverage, and a D lineman for Detroit got their hand up and tipped the ball as Baker was throwing to a wide-open Mike Evans, and they intercepted it. But they're big enough up front, Tampa, on the defensive side of the ball to hang in there with that Detroit O-line. Detroit's not going to overpower that front seven of the Bucs, and the Bucs have a better secondary than the Los Angeles Rams did last week. The Bucs have two guys in Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean who can play some man-to-man. Let alone they're good at their zone blitzes too, and we know they got Antoine Winfield in the center field, and he's maybe the best safety in the game right now. So that's where I go. They can keep this Lions offense in check. And it's almost the same way the other side of the ball, where I hope the Lions don't go too all in on stopping the run because the Bucs are not that great at running the ball. If they run the ball, it's really just about to keep you honest so they can throw the ball down the field to Evans or Godwin. And that's really what it's all about. So I'll be excited to see the adjustments or how the Detroit Lions defense plays this. But I think this will be a fun one. I'm going Lions. I'm going chalk. I don't have the guts. But I'm going to make it 27-24. I am going to have the Buccaneers cover that spread.
The thing about the Lions offense, and we've heard this throughout the season, there was a game where somebody beat the Lions, and I talked to, I can't even remember. It all blurs together after 18 weeks.
What was it? Maybe I can remember. Go ahead.
It was a defensive player from somebody who beat the Lions, and the whole idea was getting them to third down, stopping them.
It was Bruce Irvin who told you that, right? Wasn't it?
No, that was wait. I thought it was Bruce Irvin.
Oh, maybe you're right. It was Derek Carr. You're right.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was that beat the Lions and said the goal is get him to third down, and that's where. And they didn't say it this way, but the message was basically force Jared Goff to make throws on 3rd and 5 or longer.
Right.
That's what you need to do in order to slow down the Lions offense because they're going to carve right through you. So stopping the run is the key. Slowing down Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery is going to be critical to what the Buccaneers do defensively. And then when you flip it around, Rachaad White had 72 yards on 18 carries on Monday night, average 4 yards per carry. Yeah. And I agree with you. It's just to balance it out, keep it honest, push the pile a little bit, set up play action, just set up the passing game generally. I could see for this game, the Buccaneers just throwing caution to the wind. They weren't supposed to get this far. They're not supposed to be here. We're just going to come out and we're going to throw it all over the place. We're going to let Baker Mayfield go do his thing and just light them up. And I feel like he welcomes this. I mean, this just goes right into his wheelhouse. It's going to be really loud. Good. I want to go in there. I want to go in there and beat them when it's really loud. I want to go in there and beat them when Chauncey Gardner-Johnson doesn't realize Russell Gage hasn't played for us since early in the year because he suffered a season-ending injury. He still thinks he's showing up each and every week to these games. I want that. I relish that. See, I feel like all the ingredients are there for the Buccaneers to go win.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. But I felt that way last week too. I thought the Rams would go in and win. I think what we underestimated is the passion, the zeal, the 32 years, the noise, just everything about that environment I think is going to take over and propel the Lions. When things get close, that's going to make the difference. It's going to be the thing that allows them to convert on 2nd down and keep drives going. It's going to be the thing that doesn't put Jared Goff in a spot where he's got to make a big throw on 3rd and 12. So even though I agree with you, I could see an upset, I think the Lions win, and I'm actually going to predict a cover by the Lions here on some fluky late-game turnover where the Bucs get a little desperate. Baker Mayfield makes a throw that maybe he wouldn't under normal circumstances. He gets picked off and either gets returned for a touchdown, sets up a short field, 24-13. I don't have a ton of confidence in it. It's just a gut feeling. It's pasta and meatballs. We'll find out on Saturday or on Sunday whether or not it's Salisbury steak and ketchup, but we'll see. But we got to make a pick. Lions. And I can't imagine anybody on our crew picking the Bucs to win. That plays right into their hands. And that's the thing. If they win, I'll say great. It's a great story. It's unbelievable. They will have defied the odds. But how can you not pick the Lions to win this game? It may be close, like you think, or maybe it won't, like I think. But either way, it's going to be an exciting day in Detroit.
Yo, what up, homies? Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Right now, we got Sunday pod, right? So you can have it Monday morning. We recap all the action. Wednesday, it's the What the Happened podcast. We're going to get deep in the weeds on the key matchups of the week. And then Thursday, I'm picking games with that jerk Florio. So you know where to find us, homies. Keep watching. Peace out. We'll see you.